As the floodwaters rise, a lone dairy farmer is checking on his herd.
Here we are, it's Wednesday morning on the roof of the dairy.
More rain is coming, but Sam Nicholson is hoping he can stick it out. The family farm of 10 years is going under. Sam managed to escape by boat. His wife Rachel and their kids fled earlier.
We've got 3 kids. We've got a 1-year-old, 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. So it was really important once we sort of got indication that it was going to be worse than the 21 flood, that we get out straight away.
There's farmers that have farmed here for generations and all their life, and they've never seen anything like this. And no matter what we could have done, is how well you prepared. No one could have prepared for this.
Back at the farm, they were able to save most of their 200 cattle.
Seeing our cows still there, it gives us hope. If we'd lost our cows, we don't know how we'd come back from that.
Farmers are calling it a 1 in 500 year flood. 5 people died and dairy farms around Taree were destroyed. Sam's family farm was cut off for days, but by the time we meet up with him, the floodwaters have washed away.
As you can see, it's just a bit of a war zone. We're in the middle of trucking our cows around all over the valley to people that can milk them for us, because we just can't milk them here. I was walking, up to my shoulders in water, walking along here. You can see the height. I was marking every time I come out, I'd mark a line on the wall. This was the 2021 flood level, I think. So you can see the difference.
That was just a few days ago.
This is where I'd come up just to check on everything, get a better view. Just make our way up here, up there and onto the roof. And that's where it sort of sunk in, the reality of things. That was why I was doing this, checking on my cows. They're our life, they just mean everything to us.
After Sam lost cattle in the floods in 2021, they did their best to prepare the farm for another big one. This raised pen helped save most of their cattle.
As we walk up this way, you'll see it gets higher and higher.
It's like a ramp.
Yep.
While we're there, a small Mercy drops from above.
Bring it over here.
Oh wow, is that a hay bale?
2021 was what we thought would be the max we'd ever get, and that's what we've prepared for in our flood plan. And then when it just hit that 2021 mark and went above it, we just thought, yeah, this is not great.
Does it change your mind about farming here?
We love farming here, but that's just the risk of farming on a floodplain. Unfortunately, yeah.
What will you do if there's a bigger flood?
Oh, whew, we'll move.
For the farmers who survived the floods and still have cattle, the next step is taking stock and cleaning up. But then there's a much bigger problem to deal with. The green pastures are no more, and that means trying to keep their herds alive in the coming months. 5th generation dairy farmer James Neal is returning to his farm to assess the damage. He broke his leg before the flood.
Everything's covered in silt, and a lot of the pasture that we've sown for the autumn, winter and spring's all dead. So we're going to have no feed at all.
James's home was submerged and some of his cattle were swept away.
The reason you're a dairy farmer is because you love your cows. And it was just... Your cows, you love your cows, and they're also your livelihood. And then when all your farm goes under by 1/2 metre of water, then you're totally stuffed. Because you've got the crisis now that where the cows are in the muddy conditions, you're providing them as much feed as you can. And you can see the cows there all chewing the cud, so they're relatively happy, but I don't like to see my cows in that kind of situation. But I've got nothing.
His dairy is back up and running at least to milk the cows before they stop producing.
The feed bill alone that is going to cripple a lot of farmers and possibly set them out of business. Because the problem we've got a crisis now where we haven't got the cows not producing very much milk, and as obviously don't have very much income either. And then in the future, you haven't got any feed.
Cows have been turning up in all sorts of places. Some wash down the river and onto the beach, kilometres from their home. That's where farmer Joshua Hack's detective work really helps.
Oh, how's it going?
You could call him a cow spotter.
I went out with my drone and tried to find some animals to give farmers peace, you know, whether they are there or whether they're not there.
Josh, how are you going?
Nice to meet you, Dennis.
Good to see you again.
Today he's catching up with Dennis Marks, whose elderly brother was desperate to know whether his herd was alive.
Initially he was fine.
Yeah.
He was very brave and he was fine. Yeah. But I do believe that last night he really broke down, and the shock of it all and what's ahead of him to bring his life back to some sort of normalcy is, was too much for him.
But here they are, found by Joshua's drone.
This is a message that your brother gave me.
Yeah.
He said, Josh, thanks for the video. And he said, Josh, you're doing a fantastic job. Thanks a million, mate. Love to catch up soon.
His animals are like yours and my children.
Yeah.
Okay? His kids are really important.
Yeah.
They might be just below the animals. We won't tell them that.
Life on the land will continue, with farmers taking care of what they have left, but knowing that it'll be a tough road ahead.
If you're in Sydney, Brisbane, anywhere along the east coast up here, you're drinking milk from the Manning Valley. So we need you to be supporting the farmers because they want to get up and get back going.